Good morning. Well, it's a morning. Morning. It's a day of the Fed meeting. So today, I expect to be a little bit special, as in probably probably a bit of chop. We're seeing the dollar selling at the moment. Let's just have a look at what news we got coming out today. Let's go to this week. Make sure we're on the right week. Oh, I am on the right week. Here we go. Wednesday. Oops. There we go. Wednesday. So today we've already seen the Australian data there. Key is their inflation. The quarterly figure come down, still running year on year at 5.4%, so still pretty high. So that puts pressure on the Reserve Bank of Australia to do some more. Although the quarterly figures, actually both quarterly figures are off, so I don't know. But and it's running quite low now, so. It may be just a matter of time waiting. I'm looking at the figure, the levels they're running at 1%, 0.8%. Maybe it does take the pressure off the Reserve Bank of Australia and not put it on. Okay, aside of that, we've got new home sales then later. Whenever I say it doesn't really do anything, it does something, but I don't expect it to do too much. For the Fed rate coming out later, so set between 7-7.30. You've got to really trade carefully on this. There are other pairs, of course, to be traded, and there's maybe some reaction in the others, but maybe the US dollar pairs could become, well, I don't know. Who knows what they're going to become? They could continue in a bit of a trend. We're seeing this morning the dollar soften a little bit. Let's just run through these pairs then. The euro dollar, just seeing a bit of bit of a turn, but this has been in a clear old trend, and I'd watch this carefully because it's not there yet. It's nearly, or it is. It's nibbled it, so it's in this downtrend. It's had a little reaction to it so far. I mean, it has put a higher low in here. It may be too early to say, well, this is at the turning point. It's not structurally changed in terms of trend at the moment. It's, well, looks like it might close below the 50. Might all continue to roll over. We just had this sort of positive blip, arguably, but as I said, with these dollar currencies, well, you don't know what people are going to be doing in terms of protecting themselves. The pound looks a little bit more positive. It's broken its the downward trend that would sit there. It looked a little bit more positive, having put the higher low in yesterday. It then came back down near enough to the previous lows before finally in the sort of later afternoon there, afternoon, 3 o'clock afternoon, it started turning and becoming a little bit more positive. US dollar yen, well, seen quite a move on this morning, but continued in its little sort of recovery state, the yen, but choppy as anything. It's near enough now to its weekly pivot, but well, there's a bit of a range going on there, a little channel maybe, but tighter one to be drawing on. I'll try to work out exactly. But at the moment, lower highs and just strengthening a little bit. Now this is where some of the money might be going. If it's coming out of other currencies, not sure about the dollar, it might go to the yen. It's been a bit of safety of net before. Morning, Mike. Morning, guys. From here, then, what we got? We got a bit of a bounce here. 60-minute, we got 60-minute daily, the 4 hourly Aussie dollar looks a pig's ear really. It's still got lower highs on this sort of picture, and look at that, that was the inflation data coming out there, spoiling things for now, and then it's rallied since, which really shows a bit of weakness in the US dollar as much as anything else, as opposed to strength as the Aussie. Dollar CAD still chopping along here, pretty range bound, not going anywhere. It's not stepping up to the plate. This is a very unreliable pattern that it sits in here, this wedge, and well, as long as it's in it, it's unreliable. So probably best avoided. When I say unreliable in percentage terms, I was looking at some old analysis and in patterns, and it's around about a 50-50 win rate on this. So you might as well throw the coin. New Zealand dollar, that's just come out here, similar to the Aussie in terms of it's had its little retrace. It's much cleaner, but whether or not it can put another sell-off into this weekly pivot that's sitting at the moment. But again, I mean, look at it yesterday, choppy as anything. It's pushed up cleaner this morning. We've seen a cleaner move this morning. US dollar Swissy. The Swissy's gained here as well yesterday, and this morning it's gaining, just rolling back southbound. I keep on saying it, this is the most shorted, bought stock currency pair even, yet there's not been a sign for me yet to be a buyer of this, and you can see why at the moment, but all things might change later on today, but for now looks pretty bearish. Okay, so we're left with the cross pairs. Now the cross pairs did me okay yesterday. In fact, the euro yen did me okay, gave me a couple of trades during the day, which were both winners, which was nice. It's getting there. Just looking in terms of where it is at the moment. Of course, at the moment we've got these lower highs coming through here, and well, the yen just gaining at the moment. We may see a continuation of this move post 8 o'clock. We'll see, but it's consolidated, broken the lows there. As I say, it's whether it can get a continuation of this. It did similar-ish price action in the end yesterday. It rolled over. Okay, rolled over at 9. So I was looking at this and it looked like it rolled over. It hadn't rolled over when I was looking at it. Anyway, oh, it went quite quickly, didn't it? I remember now. That was a quick move on the euro yesterday. Anyway, sold off there for now, and maybe we'll get a continuation. It's looking okay. It is just around these prior lows here, so whether these provide support or not. If we get a break at the downside, maybe we're going to see more downside. If it consolidates, well, steer clear. Euro pound, well, the euro continued selling yesterday against the pound. It just shows you the uncertainty sitting around the euro, having seen all the data out this week, and there's people already speculating as to what will happen. Most likely a 0.25% increase, almost definite 0.25% increase when they meet tomorrow. Anyway, Euro Aussie, it's just come out here. It's been ranging in this channel for a long time. It's already started picking up, isn't it, on the shorter time frame here. Bit of a mess, but it has been sort of ranging. That one little spiky movement out here. Not really liking what I'm seeing at the moment on the lower time frames in terms of thinking, yep, this is a buy. Maybe if it breaks the high here, it could have some opportunity back up to the prior highs. It'd be a bit of a hold, maybe a bit. It's just that it's sitting on this channel now. Of course, it could break this channel, but ifs and buts. The channel itself has been holding pretty well so far. We've got the monthly pivot, the 50, the 34, all sitting underneath there. Provided maybe it's the time it's going to roll over. We'll see. In fact, just coming back, thinking about it logically, if this does actually run from here, it's also put a new lower high, a more significant lower high in if it breaks it. Very Euro CAD still largely running to the downside here. still got scope. It's just pitched through. Yes, the highs from yesterday. It's just on the highs. Oh no, just broken the highs from yesterday there. Still looks to me bearish in terms of everything what it's done. It's probably one of the best candidates, but if it's anything like yesterday, it could be very, very slow. Pound Aussie, a mess. Pound CAD, not really wanting to be on here. The pound just showing its strength there, just looking at it. Just looks like maybe it's. I was waiting for it to roll over, never did. Roll back over, I should say. There we go. I was just waiting for it to break this flag-ish pattern, and it's not happened. So nothing there. It's really Euro CAD at this moment is the only thing. Looking at other cross pairs of pound yen. Yen strength coming through here at the moment. There's a pig's ear on the lower time frames here. Aussie CAD gain another. So it had its movement earlier on. It's quite ugly. Aussie New Zealand dollar double topped here. It's come out a little bit in terms of what it's been doing. You can see it over the last few days, just side by side. Not giving us a lot of clue. Nope, not liking that either. At the moment, anyway. Aussie yen. I really am scratching the barrel here. One currency pair looks clean, and that's the Euro CAD. It's whether or not it comes off again. I was just looking actually on the short time frame. It's but a slight kink in there, a little higher low kicking in there. But it could be just a little ABC correction, little wave pattern. See what it does this morning. That's the only possibility I have. Right, let's go through the Forex pairs. Quick look at gold. So gold yesterday catching the turn again, and breaking to the upside. Now this we might just see a bit more of this, but mights, ifs, mights, buts. It's ugly as anything. It has been ugly as anything. It's already hit its R1, got a reasonable chance of running up to its R2 because it hasn't hit the pivot there. Just a bit of wait see on this. Certainly not looking great at the moment, but it has put the higher low in. I'm just really quite wary of most things at the moment. Oil broke as usual around about 2 o'clock or just after. There we go, 3 o'clock bar. It actually kicked in. It started off at the 2, broke on the 3. It wasn't a major mover yesterday, but still the overall picture has potential for further upside. I'm looking at it at the moment. It's still got scope. A weaker dollar would see it push up some more. Technically, it's still got some way to go to sort of go up there back to the prior highs, that sort of area up around about 82. So got some scope up there. Anyway, there we go. That's oil. Right, I'm just looking. The markets, the equity markets, for those that follow, well, we had another down day then today at CSI 300. Maybe with the conditions that the Chinese banks trying to put in there, People's Bank of China, we might get something more here, but it's a real mess. There's other markets to be trading. Even the Nikkei is consolidated here, not really going anywhere at this stage. As I said before, it looks like it could still roll and foul, but at the moment it's hanging in there. Remember, we've got the Bank of Japan on Friday, and that could have an effect. Well, most likely going to have an effect on it one way or t'other. Nifty 50 still bullish here, bullish up this morning so far. As I said yesterday, can't get bearish on this market. Anyway, it's pushed ahead there. looking positive again. Aussie 200 continues. It's taken out the prior highs now. It was flicking close to those yesterday. It's taken them out today. So that's broken it, looking a lot more positive. Overall, well, it's a bit of a bitty market. In fact, the low inflation is good news there because it's potentially lesser rates. S&Ps continue pushing up yesterday. Yeah, another yearly high there, pushing through. The Dow Jones a bit less, although again it put through a new, is that a new yearly high? Must be pretty close to it. No, it's not. It's not on the Dow. Beg your pardon. Actually, let me just check on the S&Ps. Was that? It's not a nearly yearly. Yes, it is. 223 is here. Sorry, beg your pardon. Looking at 22 instead of 23. Yeah, it's a new yearly high on the Dow as well. I'm not going completely crazy. Anyway, look, it's still looking positive on these markets. Still, yesterday we got the Nasdaq pushing up there. Off at the moment. We've got more data to come out later today. Some big companies reporting, but either way, the overall look of this market still remains bullish. On the other hand, we got the DAX, which has just literally continued to. It's gone back up to its prior highs there, and this smaller range. Is it actually going to break out of this at some stage? It's got a drift up on the 4-hourly. You can just about work out the drift, but look at the price action on it. It's just damn ugly. So best avoided. The FTSE really not. It's really a bit stuck here at the moment. Yesterday's bar, look at how tiny it was in terms of range. It's just choking at the moment. And again, we've got the drift on the overall picture here. Higher lows coming through, but the near term is very choppy. Okay, that's pretty much it. It's just one last thing for those that are following the cryptos, as it's a Wednesday. Quick look at what's gone on here. Let's make sure we've got the right one here. So barely anything yesterday. Goodness, it's the story of the summer here at the moment. Nothing happening there on Ethereum, Chainlink. Not. I mean, it just continued selling off yesterday. It's pitched up a little bit this morning, but hardly anything to drive you into thinking these are buys. Maybe sells. Lower highs coming through here. It's just right on its quarterly, yearly pivot. It's sitting on at the moment here. Solano, let's just quick look at that. Yep, same again, selling off. A Ripple. Yep. So all of these, regardless of the great news or whatever else, they're all in the same sort of boat here, not really moving, or if anything, looking a bit on the bearish side. Now, yes, the Fed data, these are all dollar-based versions, so the Fed report later might see some movement through into these currencies as well. But for now, consolidation or drifting off southbound. Okay, that's it for me. I wish you a great day's trading. Watch out later on then. It's not a bad thing to be sitting on your hands today. Take care. Bye for now.